Hello everybody, welcome back. This is a different flag, Japanese good luck flag. And as you can see, try my best to get the whole flag in there. It's kind of a bigger flag. So I acquired this flag from an online group. The guy's pretty well known. He runs the group. He was just looking at slimming down his flag collection. I think he had some medical stuff going on. He really didn't want to part with his flag. He found it special, as do I. And so does Dan, who translated the flag for the guy. Now, I don't know where all the translations are. I need to reach out to Dan to go ahead and have him mark them out for me, so that way I know and can put a better display together of where all the writings are. Excuse me, just like my other flags that you have seen. So it has the guy's name. I'm using my other phone here. Off to War. This flag is signed by, I don't know if you can see that, I'll try to zoom in, that person, who is the mayor of a town of Furukawa. I could be absolutely saying that wrong. I don't know how to pronounce Japanese stuff. This flag is also stamped with a prayer mark from 5 different shrine temples, including one of that temple there, the Hida. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. And also reads prayers for warriors' luck. It also reads Banzai to the holy soldier. Humble yourself even to death in service of the nation. What makes this flag mostly unique is the amount of shrine temple stamps. Most flags only have 1 or 2, where this one has been visited by 5 temples, or has visited 5 different temples, and every time that this flag was brought to a different temple, so you can see 1, 2, 3, sorry, the light's kind of blocking it, 4, and 5. So every time that this flag was brought to a temple, it was prayed on and then blessed by a Japanese priest. I'm not quite sure what they're called. If priest is the correct term, I'm not 100% sure. I wish I could point out, sorry about my finger, I wish I could point out where all of the sayings are, but quite frankly, I just don't know. Again, the person I purchased from did not want to sell it because of the fact of the 5 different stamps. It is now in my collection. He has it in this frame. I don't quite like it. It's personal preference. I go through Frame It Easy. I custom get it to the flag, so that way you don't have stuff like this. I'm not judging the guy on how he framed it. If it worked for him, it worked for him. To each their own. I personally just don't like having the extra open space, and I don't like having the pins in here. So I'd like to go ahead and get a frame from Frame It Easy to fit this flag much better, like you've seen in my previous videos. Again, I would like to go through and stitch them all to the actual foam that's back there that's non-acidic, so it won't eat these flags up, and it'll preserve it for a long time to come. Also, the frames that I get have a UV protected glass, so that way obviously the sun don't damage it. Should it be seen in sunlight, I try my best to keep these flags away from the sun, because obviously they'll fade and become, just not as colorful as what they are now. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this flag. I know I have a lot of these, but again, the Pacific side of the war is what I'm more interested in, and a lot of the personal effects are these good luck flags. There are other things, such as they'd have dolls that their kid gave them, and photographs of their wives, maybe their wife's hair. I've seen in some instances. I'd rather not have that kind of stuff. I think that's a little too personal. I know that these flags are written by family members directly to the soldier. So while they're still personal, it's more of a mindset, I guess, for me, because of the fact of the GIs would take this stuff home versus say like the doll or the photographs or stuff like that. Some would, but a lot of them I think just left them with the soldiers. I haven't quite seen a lot of those personal effects outside of like movies and whatnot. Some documentaries will show them, but it's usually the soldiers putting them back into the bag if they don't take it, or leaving it back with the soldier. So that's why I guess I mainly stick to collecting the flags, even though they are still personal. It's just because, you know, that's what the soldiers would have brought back home, and that's what I'll use to teach people. I don't try to be dishonorable towards their culture. My girlfriend, her step grandma is from Japan. I brought these flags out for her and a 1,000 stitch belt. She absolutely loved it. She served in the government. She was 8 years old in 1938, so, you know, early teenager at the start of the war, during the war. It was really cool that she was able to read it because, again, the kanji is only only being able to have been understood up to a certain point, which was usually middle school. After that, that's when all this writing comes in. They learned it in college or through the service. So what she told me is make sure you take care of these flags, make sure you honor these flags, because if not, the soldier will come back and haunt you. It's up to you if you believe in that or not. I personally do. I try to respect these flags. This was someone's personal item directly given to them, and my job, in my opinion, when I get these, is to honor that soldier by telling his story if I can, and showing how much of a culture difference there is, and just teaching everybody. I'm kind of just rambling on at this point, but I like these flags. They're very personal. I take them personally, and I do try to honor the soldier that would have carried this flag. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that, I guess, before I just continue rambling on. Well, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. It's a longer one for these type of flags, I know, but again, it's a unique one. 5 different shrine stamps. So, try to get an out review here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment if you want, and subscribe if you want. Thanks.